be persuasive, be foolproof. So being persuasive is about crafting a compelling grand narrative. So a compelling grand narrative is the one that keeps the one that will be reading your grand reading more and more and more. There is a second aspect that had to be added so that persuasion can be more effective. And today I'm going to cover this second aspect that you must add to persuasion so that your grant proposal ends up being successful. So welcome to Elite Parent Podcast. This is the grant edition and today is all about writing the grant. So what do you add to persuasion? What do you add to writing a compelling grant narrative? So the thing you add to a compelling grant narrative is proof. Yes, proof. So what proof means is that you add data and you add statistic to a grant narrative so that, for example, you are talking about the needs that your project will be solving in your grant now. You can mention the research that have been done, use that data and statistic to make your need more real. So the second aspect is about being, first of all, being persuasive. So this is about writing a compelling grant narrative, and the second one is about being foolproof. So this is about providing proof through data and statistics that your grant narrative is not just fiction, but it is something real. Now there are three benefits to why you should add proof to your persuasion. And now the first benefit is that your grant proposal has a stronger case for your project than if you just use the grant narrative alone. So you are when you add data and statistics to a grant narrative, it makes it not just compelling but compelling, relatable, and makes it compelling, and also it makes it like no one can doubt what you are saying about. So it removes any doubt that someone has that you are just making up stuff so that you can make your grant proposal more compelling. So that's the first thing. So when you add data and statistics, it makes your gives your project a stronger case than you just giving the details of your project. So this can be in terms of the research that you have used to make sure that this the problem you're tackling is real. This can be in terms of something like the budget. Now when you add the data to show that something deserves to be in that budget, make the budget more relevant. And now the other thing is about adding data and statistics to adding data and statistics to the adding data and statistics to how you came about with your project. So this is about the number of beneficiaries that we're looking to empower at the moment, and also the number the number of your beneficiaries that you will be empowering in the long term. So you show that you don't just tell them that you have a sustainable plan, but you show that you're not just thinking about the now moment, but you are also thinking about reaching more beneficiaries and the future plan for your nonprofit and your project. The second benefit of adding data and statistics to your grant narrative is that it increases your credibility. And now credibility now it shows this is about your ability of your ability to deliver that project successfully. And now this is more about it shows your grantor that you know what you are talking about. So you're not just picking up stuff from here or there, just mumbo jumbo stuff, you are but you are you are now you know what you are talking about. The thing you're talking about is real, it's not just fiction. So it increases your credibility that you have done your research, you know what you are talking about, and you know what is it shows that you are in for the long term in that when you have the data and statistic now, for example, for the sustainability plan, when you show that this is where we are at, this is what we are hoping for in the future, we are looking to be at in the future, and this is how we'll get there. When you use those now, it gives your grantor that that it gives your grantor that proves that you know what we are talking about, and also shows that when they award you the grant, it will be for something that is real, and now you will end up changing the world through the grant will change the world through your nonprofit now. The final one is about the agency. So this is that benefit. So it makes your agency real. So when you show that a problem, when you show your grant through statistics, how the problem is impacting the beneficiaries of your project, you show your grantor that if this thing is not sorted out, like this is what has happened with according to the data and statistics that you have. So when you do that now, it makes your agency real, and now we're not just trying to make the grant act pass, but it shows the grantor that if this issue is not solved right now, it will be very difficult or it will escalate too much in the future. So when you start on statistics now, it gives your grantor a feel of the problem that your project will be tackling. And now when you do that now, your agency becomes real. And now when your agency is real, it makes it very easy for the grantor to award you the grant. So those are the three benefits of adding data and statistics to your grant narrative. So the first one is that it builds a stronger case for your project. The second one is that it increases your credibility as a non-profit and credibility of your project. And now the third one is that it makes your agency real. So that's all I had for you today. So be persuasive, be foolproof. So be persuasive by writing a compelling grant narrative, and be foolproof by adding data and statistics to your compelling grant narrative. So that's all for today, and I'll see you next week. So bye bye. KDM.